may be too anxious, and there's Habib, number 75, that's going to be moving before. That's what they call. But Elway said, I may have to pull the reins in on these guys, Dick, and calm them down a little bit. I don't see that they're that hyped up. They just made some mistakes.
Sure. Now Elway looking at 3rd and 14. Texan breaks down, but Elway on the scramble throws underneath to Terrell Davis, tackled at the 45, 8 yards shy of a first down as Kevin Hardy makes the play, and Jacksonville stops Denver here with 1:05 left in the half, and then Jaguars spend their last timeout with 1:05 left, hoping that they might be able to manufacture a drive at least for a field goal. Would that be something if halftime ended with Tom Coughlin's team in the lead? This is a team that didn't win 6 in a row by accident.
No. Yesterday we talked to him. He said, I had a plan to win the game in Buffalo. He could see how they could win it. So I said, well, what about this game? He goes, well, I don't know. He didn't know. He says, I just hope that somewhere we get out there, make some plays. I hope we find a way to get it done, because I don't think he could really spot a weakness in the Denver team. He was just hoping his guys would rise to the occasion and some guys make some big plays. And, the quarterback has been the biggest so far. Mark Brunell is keeping this team in the game
by eluding the pressure and making plays. Bruin to punt to Chris Hudson. Off the side of the foot, dying spiral, and Hudson fair catches it right at his spot. The 11-yard line they'll give him. And with 57 seconds left, Mark Brunell takes the field. And let's just check the great mobility of this 26-year-old quarterback. Tough to bring down. He's strong as well at 216 pounds. He's just driven Romanowski 53 crazy this first half. Romanowski's had him targeted, and he just can't get to him. Look at the move, Brunell, on this play. Learned this from an old New York Giant quarterback.
Yeah, Fran Tarkenton.
What's amazing?
Oh, here it is here.
What's amazing about this team, Dick, is that, Tom Coughlin has gotten so much criticism about being a disciplinarian. And when you look at these guys, you can see his coaching in this team. They are truly disciplined players. They have not gotten away from their game plan. They're doing the things that they came into this game to do, and they're within 2 points of the Broncos now.
And thus far, no mistakes, and that was a concern of Coughlin, especially Brunell, who has thrown some tough interceptions. Here comes Datron Means, and Means with a running start all the way out to the 35-yard line. They're going to spot his knee down 33. Aldridge and Braxton make the tackle. Jacksonville with no timeouts, and Brunell has to shout out the call to his wide receiver as he drops back in the shotgun with 36 seconds. Slips, scrambles, throws downfield. Wide open is Jimmy Smith, and Smith is out of bounds at the Denver 24.
Jacksonville called the timeout before Denver punted for the reason why. Take a chance with a run, get in position to make something happen. The run happens, and watch Jimmy Smith at the top of your screen. Brunell gets out of the pocket, makes the corner come up. Nobody back there to cover the wide receiver. Those are the kind of things that happen with a scrambling quarterback. The defense breaks down.
And this is what the defensive secondary coaches tell you. They say, what we have to do with a guy like Brunell, you must be patient. Stay with your man. Don't think you're going to come up and make the play on Brunell. Get back and stay with your man. Be disciplined.
They're in field goal range after that 43-yard play, and Smith can't handle that one. Covered by Lionel Washington. Lionel Washington at that corner talks about him retiring. He went to Tulane, is from New Orleans, and said, I guess if Lionel number 48 for the Broncos, if I can get to the Super Bowl and win it in my hometown, that might be a message for me to then hang it up.
One thing here with Brunell, and just taking a look at what he's got in front of him, Phil, it's second down. He's got 20 seconds. He's got a chance to go at least twice to the end zone.
20 seconds left. You don't want to get caught in the middle of the field, though, with no timeouts. Brunell throws it away. McCardell was the closest receiver.
All right, that took 6.
Alfred Williams was the man pursuing Brunell.
Good job by Alfred Williams. That time, we've seen him get caught inside, let Brunell get outside. He stays out there. Brunell wants to break the pocket, but Alfred Williams makes him throw it away. Look at number 91. jumps, and then he's still in good position to make the quarterback throw it away and then says, hey.
Well, that's a good point. If he gets caught inside, then Brunell has a lot of room. This will be spotted at the 32. A 42-yarder to give Jacksonville the lead. Mike Hollis to kick. A knuckler, and it is good. Jacksonville 13, Denver 12. Repeat that, Paul. A lot of people wouldn't believe that if they're just tuning in.
And you know what? Here's a team Jacksonville consider, and boy, don't you love it. They're a 14-point underdog coming into this game. Nobody in this country would give them a chance to win this football game. And well, there's another 30 minutes and 10 seconds left to play, folks. But just take a look at this little line drive shot right here. I mean, right down the middle. And they take the lead at 13-12. Now, we saw something like this happen a week ago in Pittsburgh, Indianapolis. They came back and got Pittsburgh in the first half, went ahead. There's a long 30 minutes to go.
Well, Mike Shanahan told us the wild card, Mark Brunell, got to keep him under control. They have not done that. Hey, that's the biggest and the biggest reason by far that Denver's losing this game right now.
The other thing that what these guys have done from Jacksonville, Florida, they've taken this crowd totally out of this ball game.
Well, they've done something else. Those early jitters on the road, underdog team, young team, fairly inexperienced playoff. They drop behind 2 touchdowns, but Clyde Simmons blocking the extra point changes it a little bit because then they have to go for 2 Denver on their second touchdown. Don't convert, so it's 12-0. And in the second quarter, all the scoring belongs to Jacksonville. All 13 points going to the Jaguars. 2 field goals and a touchdown. And this young man, how can you not think of Steve Young when you see him play? The young Steve Young, quick and strong-armed and clever. Hollis will just skid one down through, hoping to check any long return. Picked up by the tight end, Byron Chamberlain, tackled at the 35 with 5 seconds left. Darren Studstill made the stop for Jacksonville.
The one thing about Brunell, Phil, the guy threw for 4,300 yards. I mean, those weren't gimmies. This guy can really play. I mean, the thing that makes him so good, he's so mobile.
Well, he's the best player in the team, so give the best player the opportunity to make the plays, and that's what this coaching staff does. And you know, you've got to commend him for it. And he does a good job with the football. That's why they keep giving him those opportunities.
No long game of play by Elway. Takes the kneel down the end of the half.
You win the football game. Well, neither team has turned the ball over, and it's a 1-point game.
Any feelings about this second half?
Well, a lot of feelings. I mean, it sounds great, contain Mark Brunell, but you can see physically for the players, even when they get in position, he's so good, so athletic, they can't get the job done. So maybe it's time for Denver to come up with a new plan.
Hollis sends it into the shadows of the northern end of Mile High. Vaughn Hebron. 25-30, sees the seam. One man to beat, and Hollis is able to trip him up. A flag is down. Mike Hollis did a great job of denying Hebron. Of course, the penalty's going to bring it back anyway, but it appeared Hebron had a touchdown until Hollis stuck his head in there. Coming back, says Red Cashin. A couple of key penalties now. One denying Denver an interception when they led 12-0, would have had the ball at the 25 of Jacksonville. And now this one will take it back and deny the Broncos field position.
During the return, holding number 94 by the receivers. 10 yards, first down and 10.
Jeff Robinson.
Number 94, there he is right at the bottom of the screen. You see his arms wrapped around. He's holding. You're right out in the middle of the field. You just can't do it.
That takes it all the way back to the Denver 17 for Elway. Terrell Davis, who rushed for 71 yards in the first half with him. And he gets the ball. Davis to the 20-yard line, a gain of 3. Let's go down to Jim Gray.
All right, thank you, Dick. I spoke to Mike Shanahan. He said he's not overly concerned. He said if we play our game in the second half, we will win this game. Very concerned about the tackling. Told his guys they must tackle better. As for trying to stop Mark Brunell, he says we've just got to try and limit his big plays. He knows that he's not going to be able to stop him. He says if we stop Natron Means a little bit better, Brunell won't be as wild. Dick?
All right, thank you, Jim. Shanahan, worried look on his face. No one has stopped Means during this winning streak. Elway well well protected, throws incomplete. Might have been deflected by Tom McManus in front of the receiver.
You know, you talk about what is an important drive. This is an important drive for Denver for the simple reason, here's a young team, and you don't want them to get the feeling they can win this football game. If they stop you on the first drive and you're home, I'm going to tell you what, you put a whole lot of confidence in that defense and offense.
And after Denver started with 186 yards in the opening 143 yards in the opening quarter, had only 45 yards and 2 first downs in the entire second period. 3rd and 7 for Elway out of the shotgun. Throws underneath to Shannon Sharp, and Sharp with a first down to the 33. 13 on the play.
They got that offense that you like. These 5 guys wide.
Denver puts 5 wide receivers out in the field, and they spread. Look at the 5 wide receivers. Watch the blitz from up top. But the problem is it just creates too many holes down the field. Look at Shannon Sharp. Nobody around him. The 5 wide receivers cover the whole field. It's very tough on the defense.
He had actually 2 choices on that play.
Only the second catch for Sharp. One of those, of course, earlier for the touchdown. To Craver. 36-yard line, tackled by Kevin Hardy. Beasley Reeves.
Thanks a lot, Dick. I spoke to Tom Coughlin. He said he told his players the score is 0-0. There was no halftime celebration for the Jaguars. They are not surprised that they're leading the football game. He said the key in the first half was the 2 big defensive stops and 2 big runs by Natron Means. Back to you.
All right, Beasley, it must have been a different Coughlin than the one in the preseason. I guess he threw the Gatorade bucket and raised Cain in the final preseason game of the year. He got their attention, and they wound up beating Denver in that game. 2nd and 7. 3 in the pattern. Elway, trap, caught, down he goes. Body slam by Eddie Robinson. Robinson, who had only 1 sack all season, gets 1 today.
Well, this is the zone blitz for the Jaguars. Watch the defensive ends drop off. The blitz from the outside. Denver, this is a big problem for the Denver offense. That's one of the reasons why they wanted to spread the field, so it'd be harder for that defense to cover the receivers on that zone blitz.
The Jaguars were last in the league a year ago, only 17 sacks. They've added that by some 20, and that's Simmons and Brackens and Hardy, 3 new faces. 3rd down and 8. The throw incomplete. Miller with a one-handed stab at it, unable to pull it in as Bucky Brooks, nickelback in to cover. And Elway gets up with a gimpy walk.
Well, only 4 rushers, and the Jaguars getting confident, getting some pressure on the quarterback with 4 rushers. Jeff Lageman getting around the corner against Broderick Thompson. And again, Tom Coughlin said Jeff Lageman not getting the sacks, but doing a lot of good things for our defense.
Throwing to punt to Chris Hudson, who stands at the 22. So the momentum continues for Jacksonville. Dying spiral, fair catch at the 24 by Hudson. 41-yard punt, 12 to play. 17 games this year, all but 3 were decided late in the 4th quarter. This is a team that plays you to the very end. They lead 13-12. First possession, second half. Natron breaks the tackle. 35, and Natron Means has a first down at the 37-yard line. And this is what Means did in the first half. When your cornerbacks and safeties are trying to tackle him, you know he's having another big game. 79 yards for Means in the first half. Steve Atwater gets him down here, and Tyrone Braxton, another safety, forced to make the tackle, and no one found him on the touchdown from 8 yards out. What a package, this young man, only 24 from the University of North Carolina, now with 92 yards after that run. Brunell pumps it underneath, Means again, and he has another first down at the 49-yard line. Mobley, the tackler.
I'll tell you what's got to be a little scary for Denver, Phil. Jacksonville's making this thing look easy. They made it look easy on defense. They stopped them right away. And now they're just moving down the field. Natron Means comes out. Brunell is looking. He's the only other guy and the only guy in the backfield with Brunell. He goes out, just a little dump pass, and he picks up the first down.
Again, the men in the secondary forced to make the stop. 136 total yards for Means and a touchdown. 13-12 Jacksonville. 10:50 left in the third. Brunell knocked down by Alfred Williams, and that's what he does so well. Former high school basketball star in Houston, Texas, Williams with another bat down.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, old Mobley, number 51, was looking outside like he was in a position to pick this ball up. But this is your best defense right here. Alfred Williams going up, knocking the ball out of the way. That time, Bastelli didn't get his hands on him until after the ball was knocked down.
Alfred with a big smile and one of the biggest laughs in the league. What a delightful young guy he is. He is happy. Not happy to see Means tear into that line again to the 45. A gain of almost 7.
Dick, isn't it interesting what he gave up to come to Denver, or first to go to San Francisco and then here in Denver?
Oh, Alfred Williams.
Yes.
That's unbelievable. That's last year. Cincinnati offered him with a bonus $2.5 million. He said no and played for $400,000 in San Francisco and said it was a good move because it got me here and I learned a lot in 1 year in San Francisco. 3rd and 3. Quick pass complete to Willie Jackson. Jackson still alive and finally down at the 33-yard line. Randy Hilliard made the tackle.
Well, it's a good job of Jacksonville recognizing the blitz. They got a quick pass on with the 5 wide receivers. Watch Steve Atwater comes through free. Mark Brunell knows it. Nobody on the inside receiver gets rid of the football quickly, gets a completion.
James Stewart relieves Natron Means. Stewart, number 33, the lone running back. First down at the 33. It's his call. And the leading rusher this year for the Jaguars with 723 yards. Stewart, who led also a year ago as a rookie out of Tennessee. Number 1 gets just some minimal yards, maybe 2. Michael Dean carried the tackle.
You know, first down, the Denver Broncos seem to be doing all right on defense. They hold them to a 1 or 2 yard gain. It's 2nd and 3rd down. It's killing them.
Both wide receivers to the right. Pete Mitchell lined up on the left. And now McCardell in motion. Brunell. Throwing long for McCardell. Touchdown. If they call it, was he in bounds? No call yet. They look at each other, the 2 officials. No signal. It's a touchdown.
Never again.
31 yards on the run. Mark Brunell, what a perfect throw to McCardell. Caught the ball just inches from that baseline.
Well, again, the movement of Mark Brunell, McCardell down in the end zone. Lionel Washington right on him, goes up, and that's going up and getting after the ball. That's the reason, and getting both feet down for the touchdown.
That's what the 2 officials were discussing, Dick. It wasn't the fact that he caught the ball. They were one said to the other one, did he get both feet down? And they did, and it was an excellent call.
Mike Hollis, extra point, and it is good. Barely did he have a mean hook on that one and is able to get it through. Let's take another look at McCardell's catch. A tough call at the back end of the end zone.
Look at his feet. Look at his feet. 1 down, 2 down.
Jacksonville 20, Denver 12. Points by the young Jacksonville Jaguars. Hollis skips one through. It's Patrick Jeffers, wide receiver, and having troubles. Digs his way down at the 23-yard line, and we have a timeout with 8:43.
Down play by the Jacksonville Jaguars. You're the quarterback, Mark Brunell. He drops back. He's looking down the field. He spots the receivers. You stop it right there. Everybody's covered. He has to get outside and make a play because there's nothing downfield open.
Well, that was creating a touchdown, 31 yards, and now Denver from the 22. Terrell Davis able to get 3, almost 4 yards before Paul Fraze, a veteran former Jet, makes the tackle.
All right, watch James Stewart here, number 33 on Romanowski 53. Romanowski gets taken inside. Now, his job is to get outside and do not allow Brunell to get outside. When he does that, touchdown.
Well, this kid really does have a nice arm, doesn't he? He just flicked that ball on the run and was right there for McCardell.
Well, that was Tom Coughlin's first priority, I think, when he got down there. He spotted him as the backup at Green Bay, and he judged him and says, that's the guy I want to be in my quarterback.
Blitz 2nd and 6, and Davis able to squeak it out to the 30, 2 yards shy of a first down. Ivan John Yurkovich, the veteran from Eastern Illinois, and on that tackle with Kevin Hardy. There's he used to have a radio show up in Green Bay, yakking with Yurko, and boy, he you know,
I'll tell you what, Yurko walked in a meeting. You don't even have to ask him a question. He walks in and sits down and he's, what do you boys need? And he starts. He just starts.
I love his all-time dream. If we get time, we'll talk about that later.
3rd and 2. Elway on the shotgun, 3rd and 2. Throws underneath, complete to Miller, and that should be enough. Needed 2, got 3. Bucky Brooks made the tackle.
Dick, the only thing that I don't like about this ball game for Denver is this: that Jacksonville's making it look easy when they have the ball, and on defense, what a good job they're doing. And Denver's struggling. I mean, they needed 2 yards on a play. They get 3, and it was a struggle getting it.
But it's important. The Denver offense, they needed that first down to get back in rhythm, get some confidence, and it kind of opens up the playbook for Mike Shanahan where he can call more plays because finally you got some success.
Less than 7 minutes left in the 3rd. Jacksonville leading 20-12. Play action to Davis, and throw to Davis. Complete. What a good, solid open field tackle by Kevin Hardy. He has made plenty today. This rookie from Illinois, drafted as the 2nd player in the draft this last spring from Evansville, Indiana, the home base of Wayne Weaver, the owner of the Jaguars, made his fortune in women's shoes.
Well, Kevin Hardy, the #1 draft pick by the Jaguars. Tom Coughlin says he has been everything we expected and more. Great speed, runs around. He's a rookie, always doesn't know what he's doing, but that speed really helps him out a lot.
And there's Chairman of Board Weaver. Team playing beyond all expectations. Again to Davis, again tackled immediately, this time by Eddie Robinson, shy of the 40-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down and 3 Denver.
You know what's amazing about this team, Dick? If you looked at Kevin Hardy, when you saw his numbers up there, he's tied for the lead on this team with interceptions, with 2. With only 2. I mean, these guys, they play close to the best. They're just a tough football team. You know, you talk about one of these things, they'll bend a little bit, but they don't break. That's these guys. They don't.
Yeah, they had only 13 interceptions all season. That compared with Denver, 23. 3, fake to Davis. Throw, almost intercepted. Knocked in the air by, there's a flag. Aaron Beasley, and they may get Beasley. Early contact on Anthony Miller.
Can I tell you what? This is the first time I've seen a ball thrown all year long, Phil, that hits the guy in the hands. It probably was uncatchable. I mean, John Elway fired this ball.
2nd penalty for the game for Jacksonville.
Pass interference. Number 21 on the defense. First down.
All right,
Red going out crowing. His final game as an NFL referee.
Well, watch Beasley, number 21, against Anthony Miller. The problem is he sees it, and I don't know. There's no contact. There's nothing.
There's nothing, and it wasn't even catchable.
I guess the angle the referee had, he thought he bumped the receiver, but he did not touch him.
Well, that negates the one in the first half that went the other way. As Terrell Davis unable to get that one. Elway had unload with Tom McManus all over it.
I think Elway saw Dana Hall out there on Davis. He was trying to throw a little fly pattern to Anthony Miller down the right-hand side, a little fake and go. And when that wasn't there, he looked out to Terrell Davis, and he saw Hall, number 28, standing there. I might as well throw this baby away. It was only 1st down.
Last time the Broncos lost a playoff game at home, the only time they had was 1984, 12 years ago to Pittsburgh. They went into that game 13-3 as they did today. Davis. Brackens in the backfield for the tackle. The man who led his team in tackles for loss. This young 22-year-old from the University of Texas.
Tony Bracken's number 90. Good speed, good instincts. Sees the draw play coming to the outside, and Terrell Davis cannot outrun him. And the Denver Bronco offense and team, all the great success this year, as you watch them, you can see they lack confidence, trying to find out what can we do to get something going against this Jaguar defense.
See, Bracken's listed 266. He said, I'm about 255. I got to work on my weight. This has been a long year, this rookie season. 3rd and 15 for Elway. Goes deep. Aaron Beasley breaks that one up. Intended for Rod Smith, and the Broncos have to bring on the punting team with 4.5 left in the 3rd.
Jacksonville's defense, you can see it. They are going to do one thing right now. we are not giving up big plays. You could tell the whole drive. And Beasley, 3rd and 15. Hey, he stays back about 17 or 18 yards. Wait for the throw, drive up, and try to get the ball.
Ruined the punt. Chris Hudson at the 14. Beautiful spiral this time from Ruin. Hudson no fair catch yet. At the 11, sidesteps one man. And finally smothered at about the 13. Denver starting to show some concern. Jumpy Geathers, the veteran defensive tackle, looking for a catch, had to give up the ball again. Meanwhile, former Bronco Dave Wydell cheering a 20-12 advantage in a row. Hot here in Denver. Last 4 possessions, 4 scores, 20 unanswered points. And now Brunell takes over at his 13-yard line. Slow start, 2 for 6. And he's been making plays ever since. Natron. He gets only to the 10-yard line.
I tell you, it is really noisy down in that end zone down there. And this is what Jacksonville's trying to do. They're trying to run some time off the clock, and they also are trying to run the ball. Natron Means is just having a terrific football game. And if they can get him to the outside and not worry too much about getting him inside, I think they'll be all right.
Means now with 101 yards against the league's best defense against the rush. Throw incomplete. A diving try by Keenan McCardell. McCardell, the only Jaguar to the Pro Bowl, the first for Jacksonville.
Watch Keenan McCardell on the outside. It's a short drop by Mark Brunell. Good protection. He did a good job of getting inside. It's a little low. He goes down. Just can't make the catch because the throw is not up high enough.
Is it surprising that the quarterback that threw the most yardage in a season is not even at the Pro Bowl? 3 other quarterbacks ahead of him, and he just didn't believe.
3rd down and 8. Means breaks a tackle. Rumbles out across the 25-yard line, and a safety has to tackle him again. Tyrone Braxton, and Means' smile getting bigger and bigger.
Well, it's a good call, but what it is, it's a safe call. The crowd is against you. It's a trap inside. You can see Rich Tilsky coming across. Dan Williams just overruns the play. Jacksonville is running that play because they don't want anything bad to happen. Yeah, they think it might work, but the reason is they don't want Denver to get a big play, get the momentum, and make something good happen.
And what you got some Denver Bronco defensive guys that are trying to do things they're not supposed to be doing. You've got to take your lane and stay in your lane.
17 more yards for Means. Brunell guns this one, and it's complete. To be McCardell again. It is tackled by Torrey James. 11 yards. Another Jacksonville first down. Late in the 3rd quarter, 20-12.
You know, Phil, what a great throw that was. Mark Brunell just waited and waited and waited and then threw the ball. That's patience.
Well, it was a 3-step drop. It should have happened right away. It didn't, but he had good patience, like you said, Paul, let the receiver get inside where there's an opening.
Come out in a power formation. 2 tight ends left. McCardell to the right. And give it to Means. And he's out to the 43-yard line. A 5-yard pickup on first down. Another safety tackle. Braxton makes the stop. Natron, the reason why San Diego got discouraged with him, one was problems with his agent. The other was they felt he was heavy and didn't work hard. And none of those things were true when he arrived at Jacksonville, according to Tom Coughlin.
Well, Tom Coughlin also said, I brought him in my office. I sat down. I said, hey, listen, here's the way it's going to be. This is the way I run my show. You do it my way, you stay here. If you don't, get out.
He said he lost weight. He's been a model player. 2nd and 5. Stewart now in the backfield. Slips as he tries to make his cut, and he's grounded by Braxton.
Well, again, Denver's been fine on 1st and 2nd down. 3rd down, they've been getting into a lot of